Hello once again. I welcome you to Marriage Without Tears channel. My name is Felix Ukeke. I am your marriage counselor and coach. Last week, we started a series about the 3 ingredients you must add to your marriage to make your marriage blissful. Today on Marriage Without Tears, I'm going to give you a further 3 because I promised us I'll be doing it 3 by 3 by 3 on a weekly basis. The most important thing is not just hearing it, but in identifying with some of the points raised and making it a part and parcel of your marriage. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so immediately. The red button by my side, where you click. Once you click on it, you become a part and parcel of this channel. Let's do this for this week. The first thing I want to point out is the capacity to love your spouse unconditionally. Love is not just about feelings. Love must not be anchored on a particular virtue that your husband or that your wife has. There are so many people who are handsome today, but in the process of time, they lose their beauty or they lose their handsomeness. There are so many people who know how to prepare wonderful meals today, but in the process of time, they may not be able to do so again. There are so many people who, for one reason or the other, are having joyful sexual intercourse, but they may lose their libido with time. There are so many things that if you anchor your love life upon those virtues, when those virtues disappear from the marriage, your love level will go low. That is why we normally say that you don't have to anchor your love on a particular virtue, on a particular credential. No, you should love your spouse for who he or she is in your life. This is somebody that God has elected out of millions of people upon the face of the earth to walk the road of life with you. That is why you must make up your mind to love him or her unconditionally. It's very, very important. So love is not just about feeling, it's a commitment. It's a heart given to another. It's a heart that is empathic, a heart that is compassionate, a heart that is full of kindness, a heart that desires to be with one no matter whatever the tide may be. This is what love is all about. So make up your mind to love one another in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in riches. Make up your mind to love one another. It's very, very important. It is something that you must have to do now if you want to see your marriage, stand the test of time. Very, very important indeed. The second virtue I want to point out is your capacity to support one another's good visions in life, one another's good, good dreams, one another's objectives, one another's perspectives, one another's, job. Whatever you can do to lend a helping hand unto your spouse to become the best he or she can be in the area of his or her enterprise, please do it. It is very important. You can support that person by prayers. You can support that person by wise counsel. You can support that person by physical giving of gifts or even monetary means, financial inducement. You can do that. Whatever you can do to add value to one another, to become the best that person can be in the area of his good vision. I underline the word good because there are so many people who are, prospering in the wrong things. And I don't say that a spouse should, end up supporting her husband if she discovers that her husband is a thief. No, that's why I use the word good. You must understand that supporting your husband or your wife must be underlined by the good vision that that person is working upon the face of the earth. And if you are not there to support one another, it will, your marriage will be drained of the kind of spiritual and emotional energy it requires for it to get to the promised land. So make up your mind to support one another. Support is very, very important because when you're not supporting one another in the road of life, so many things are left. Disappointment creeps in, conflict creeps in, all manner of disadvantages, all manner of negativities creep into the union because the couple are not supporting one another to attain their best in life. So make up your mind, you that is in marriage, make up your mind to support your spouse. Make up your mind to be there for one another. Make up your mind to encourage one another. Make up your mind to be a physical and emotional, higher emotional partner in the joy of life. It's very, very important. That is the second thing you must do. And before I go into the third one, I want to encourage us. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so immediately. Look at this red button by my side, click on it, get subscribed, become part of this awesome channel. This channel has been blessing lives, and I want your life and your marriage to be the next to be blessed. So click this very particular button, this red button by my side, and become a subscriber, so that on weekly basis you'll be getting our production, with ease. Very important. And then I go to the third point that I want to make. That point is your capacity to motivate one another to attain excellence. Many couples don't do this, and they lose a vital element of marriage. While you were still single, you can depend on your parents, you can depend on your associates, you can depend on your pastor, you can depend on a whole lot of people outside there. But now you are bringing somebody in. Your greatest motivator must be that person that has come to join you in life. I have seen so many couples demean one another by all manner of useless language, all manner of caustic language. I've seen couples demean one another by their actions, by all manner of negative actions, all manner of utterances or disloyalty. But if you are actually in marriage and you want that marriage to, meet the target, to meet expectation, you must be there to encourage one another to achieve your glorious heights. You must be there to motivate one another. How do you motivate one another? You do that by encouraging the person to sow into the area of his weakness, so that that weakness will turn into an area of strength. I will give you an example. Somebody who has not gone to school, or he has not graduated, he has not done much, mentally or in terms of education. You can encourage that person to go back to school. You can encourage that person, you can motivate that person to go back to school and spend a few more years and come out and become a better professional. If you see that your husband has been toiling in one way or another, you can be there for him by encouraging him to become the best he can. You can do whatever to motivate him by your words, especially by your words. Many people don't know the value of words. The kind of words you speak to your husband at certain periods of his life can make a difference in your marriage. It can make him realize that this person is with me all through the way. But I have seen couples, I have seen partners who curse one another and demean one another, especially when the going is going rough. Especially when times are rough. You begin to castigate one another. You begin to, throw the blame game. You begin to do all manner of things that makes the journey very unprofitable. But I tell you this day that if you receive the unction to actually motivate your spouse, to tell him or her you can do it. I have seen some people who have done it before, and I know that you are more intelligent than them, you are more gifted than them, you have an inner glow that is better than them. I know you can do it. That person can rise to the occasion. The capacity to motivate one another is very important in marriage. And if you can do the three things I've mentioned this day, I know that your marriage will begin to rise, your marriage will begin to blossom, your marriage will become blissful with time, and you will have a whole lot of testimonies to share ahead. May the Lord bless you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Once again, before you check out of this channel, look at the red button by my side, click on it, get subscribed, and be part of this awesome channel.